Welcome to my weekly vlog. I hope the wind doesn't affect the sound too much, but I'm here camped in a little spot and just glorious. Woken up in the morning, a bit of rain, everything's green and lush. Fantastic time of the year in Western Australia. It's just before summer arrives, so it's in springtime, but the rain hasn't stopped yet, so there's just growth and it's beautiful. I love it. I wanted to talk this morning about the difference between need and want, and how I have made goal setting and how I set goals, and how, well, I consider myself pretty good at it. And there are some rules to follow. Some are easy, some are really easy to follow, others not so easy. And while I consider myself quite good at it, doesn't mean to say that I get it right all of the time. By far the single most important thing when setting goals is to know what you want. For example, if your goal is, I want more money. If I ask somebody, what's your goal? Oh, I want more money. I'd give him $5. There you go. Sorted. Of course, that's not what he's talking about, is it? So, my point is, be very specific. Be as specific as you possibly can. Put as much detail into that goal as you possibly can. I do it by writing it down. And sometimes I will go for months, maybe years, not knowing that goal's shape, form, colour, sound, smell, or the detail that makes up a goal. And I don't know what it is. And guess what? During that period of time, I don't get any nearer to it. And I like to call it the universe. The universe actually wants to give you what you want. It actually wants to. Some people call it prayer. People of faith will pray. No different. It's really no different. The law of attraction is another phrase, label people put on this thing. And I'm a firm believer in it. But if we take it to a spiritual side and we say, well, you're praying to your God for help in understanding the way to achieve a goal, perhaps. Fantastic, wonderful. But maybe he or she is saying to you, mate, you don't even know what you want yourself. You want more money? Well, ask Andrew, he'll give you $5. Be specific. Help me help you. And that is the single most challenging long-term thing that we have in our lives, is knowing what we want and mapping it out in detail. And it's okay if those details change. You're not locked in. I think some people have the attitude that, well, I'm a type of person that tends to flit left and right, and I can't decide exactly. So in the case of, say, you want to build yourself an overland vehicle. Many of my viewers are overland tourists. They build overland vehicles like me, and we go exploring. Those of you not familiar to the channel, we go exploring all over the world, and we like nice kit. And we all have budgets. We have to limit what we build to those budgets. But what is the budget? Is the budget money, restricted by money, or is the budget restricted by what we want? So, here's the thing. Set a goal that you believe. Now, here's the tricky part. Here's the enormously tricky part. Sorry, I'm scratching my eye because I'm suffering from very bad hay fever. Set a realistic goal that you can look at and say, I could get that. Yeah, I've got a way to go, but I could get that. As long as you have an internal clock, an internal mental machine that believes, yeah, I could get that, then get that. The details of that are allowed to change, but that isn't allowed to change until you get it. Because if you say, I want this, and 2 weeks later you say, you know, I want that. Well, it's okay to do that as long as you believe that you can get that. Then you can move. If you don't, I want that, but I don't believe I'll ever be able to get it. Well, then don't go for that. Because if you don't, and this is the marvelous thing about goal setting, you are always right. Isn't that amazing? Whatever you say and whatever you think about something that you can do, you're always right. You're always right. If you say, I can't do that, you're right. You are right. You can't. Because you don't have the belief. You've told the universe, I can't do that. And the universe said, get it. I understand you. You can't get that. I'm not going to help you get it because you don't even think you can get it. Well, how am I going to help you get something you don't even think you can get? Whereas if you believe, that's my goal, this is how much time I need, this is what I'm going to do, start putting things into place to make that thing believable. And head for it. Believing it'll come. Now, when a setback happens, and this is again I think it's the part that I battle with the most. When something happens that you realize, oh, that was a setback. That set me on a different course. I'm now going to have to go this way a bit to get to my goal. And you feel despondent and discouraged. Don't. The way to look at it, and I'm not saying I'm a guru at it, but the way to look at it, and this works, is to say, well, that's an interesting way of getting there. Hey, you're the boss. What do I know? I'm just flying by the seat of my pants here. Keep focusing on that. And know that it happens to me all of the time. All of the time. Constantly. I've got a little thing going on right now. Quite important to me. It's big in my life. It's to do with my work and career and future plans. And I set a goal and I'm not going in that direction. I'm going, but I am moving in that direction. And I have to keep reminding myself that thing that happened, that bit of discouraging news that sends me off course, is actually part of the plan, because what we don't know. We know what we believe is true, but we don't know the route, the path. We don't know that. That is kept from us. And every now and again, something happens and the universe is saying, okay, that's not the way to get it. I know you think it is. Keep watching. Keep a lookout. Things are going to start happening. Things are going to start falling in your lap from nowhere. And you're going to, well, that's an interesting course change. As long as you have your eye fixed, the course change will be taking you towards the thing that you want or want to happen, even though it appears to be a detour. You're driving on the road and there's a detour sign and you have to take a thing. Do you think to yourself, oh, can't go there anymore. I wanted to go swimming at the beach. Can't go there anymore, there's a detour. You say, okay, detour. Take the detour. You still have got the beach in your head. You're going swimming today because the weather's nice and you're meeting your family there or whatever. The goal hasn't changed. It's just the route there has changed. Don't let the route discourage the change in the route that has been forced on you by external things discourage you from getting to the beach. The beach's still there. All right? And so with big goals, with challenging goals, it's sometimes very difficult to see that detour is still going to get you there. It's just not going in the direction along the route that you thought it might, because that's the part that you didn't know. It works. It works. And as I said, I'm learning like everybody else. I've got quite good at it, but I still stumble and fall. I still stumble and fall. So it's okay. It's okay to stumble and fall. Don't let people judge you. But actually, more importantly, don't judge yourself. Why would you judge yourself? Why would you be harmful to yourself? Oh, Andrew, you're... Blah, 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 blah. Why would you do that? Some religious people, and I get annoyed by this, they'll say, God is... No, the universe doesn't go... If the universe puts a thought in your head, then good. Change direction. Move. Take the detour. Move the goalpost a little bit. Because that's the universe saying, you could do better. But nobody and nothing is judging you, saying, you are a bad person. Nobody is doing that except for you. And if any other human does that, what did Jesus say? You, without sin, cast the first stone. Come on then, all of you. Without sin, knock yourself out. And nobody did anything. People will throw stones. Really. They are not in a good... if they throw stones at you for wanting something and setting a goal, then just feel sorry for them, because they don't have the mental maturity to be able to say, I want to do better. I want to get better. I want more. I want more out of life. There's nothing wrong with wanting more out of life. You and I don't know what happens after here. And anybody who says they know, no, they're getting the English word know wrong. What they're really saying is, I firmly believe. I firmly believe. And it can be such a heartfelt belief that it feels like knowledge. It's not knowledge. It's a very, very strong belief. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing, absolutely nothing with feeling passion about something. Strong belief. Don't let that strong belief harm others, because a strong belief is not truth. It's not a fact. It's your belief. And no matter how strongly you think about something, it doesn't turn it into a fact. It remains what it is. So, ward off the challenges and the buffeting from other people that might judge you for wanting better. And here, when I talk about the difference between need, want, we go overlanding, and I make a video, and I've got a beautiful, my latest trip carrier is fantastic. And people will comment on something when I mention that I've done something, and they'll say, you don't need that. My reaction is, no, I don't need that. So? Why is that important? Anybody who says that is saying, well, I can't afford that, so I'll criticize you by saying you don't need that. It's a criticism of your wanting that. It's okay. I believe so firmly, incredibly strongly, that it is okay to want a better life. In fact, it's your duty to want a better life, and especially a better life for your children. That's our job as fathers, as parents. Our job, our most important thing that we will ever do in our lives, bar nothing else, is securing a good future for our children. And And most parents, a vast majority of parents, sacrifice hugely in the interests of their children. And that's natural, and that's good, and that makes for a better world. And they should encourage their children. It's okay to want. It's okay. It might not be your priority in life, but it's okay to want more out of life, and more of life for yourself and your spouse, your partner, and your children. Thank you for, I hope you enjoyed my monthly blog. Thank you for listening.